Hey, trader Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading, continuing with our theme on the daily process and the trader themselves, following a daily process, mastering their playbook setups, having a detailed understanding of how to execute those setups, the logic behind those setups, understanding who is trapped, and then also differentiating average or poor quality signals or days versus the best setups. Now, yesterday we reviewed some very simple content to emphasize home to traders hunting playbook setups, not just randomly going to the screen looking for trades. If you are serious about growing your trading business and understanding scalability, using size on playbook setups that can significantly grow your trading account versus just randomly taking trades every day and trying to read markets. We'll start with number 8 here first real quickly to emphasize to traders the importance of the trader themselves. They're the variable. If traders haven't done their homework, if they do not have a detailed understanding of their daily process, their daily routine, and the setups and signals that they are actually hunting, then again, each and every day, a trader goes to the screen with 5 or 10 charts open, looking for something that's moving in hopes of catching a move. Now, I mentioned yesterday, traders can trade any way they want. They can trade any session they want. Of course, we have members in the community who are trading Asia, London, and New York, or all three. And so obviously, traders are going to have different opportunities because signal days will present on their watch list. And that opportunity may present in Asia. It may present in the Europe-London window, or it may present in the New York session. And so having a detailed understanding of how that setup should present based on a signal day allows traders, number one, to understand, okay, the train has already left the station. It left in an earlier session. Or there's no setup at all. It's a garbage chart. There was a signal day, but major red news, or just a market that has not evolved into a best trade setup candidate, and leaving that instrument alone. Now, several traders will just go to a screen and randomly take a trade because it had a signal day. And so we'll just demonstrate the difference of signal days for best quality setups versus an instrument that is maybe a low quality setup or doesn't offer a setup, and an instrument that has already left the station and there's no setup at all. And so traders need to understand that if they do the finer detailed work and they break these trade setups down in their own time to have a detailed understanding, to number 7, detailed study work, not guesswork. So we're not just hoping we get a move, we're targeting the scalable opportunities. And the more specific and detailed a trader gets, the better they are at understanding a high quality A triple plus, A double plus, or A plus opportunity versus a low quality or no setup day and going to the next instrument on their watch list. Now, I talk about signal days because I'm targeting a daily range. I've spoke about this repeatedly in every single video, the importance of signal days because I'm working from the daily time frame. Now, one such signal day is the inside day. We'll look at an example of this. Just having a simple watch list for currencies, indexes, energies, metals, but just having the understanding also of when and where an inside day can present. But we'll look at an example of this week, but I want traders to think about one simple thing again. 2 to 3 scalable opportunities a week are enough to significantly grow a trader's account. Now, just a simple basic list from our major currency pairs and metals, index, and gold. Friday gave inside days on the pound, the Canadian dollar, the peso, New Zealand, and Australian dollars, gold, and the US dollar index. Now, obviously, traders who have a bigger basket, there were potentially other cross-rate pairs that may have also given signal days, but in keeping things simple for this video, I want traders to understand simple signal day and a watch list. The trader must build a detailed understanding of the setup. Who is trapped, which is why I like reversals. So again, we're not talking about guesswork, we're talking about detailed study work. The trader needs to have a mastery over the setup that they're actually hunting, and then that will enable them to have the understanding and the ability to execute that trade in live time. So traders can run through that watch list for their own review and study, but we'll just have a quick perusal of our instruments on our watch list. Canadian dollar, if we just use our simple moving your eyes horizontally, we can see that no daily boundaries were broken, so that instrument does not stay on my list on the day in my session. The Mexican peso, however, did break out in our London window. Now, I'm just going to show traders something really simple to think about. We have a market that's broken out on the day itself. It starts with a small gap below the daily low. We can extend our levels. The market breaks the high of day level in our Asian session. We can extend that level. There's our box. A trader asked yesterday, again, every single day I get the same question. What do you mean by two blue lines? Well, that's your high of day, low of day levels. Let's just go back to the playbook for a moment. Focusing on 90-10, page 16 in the playbook. 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Everything's pump and dump or dump and pump. We said this yesterday. We say it in every single video. There are only 2 setups. Only 2 setups. The more variables that a trader adds, you're either selling high or buying low. Everything else is more variables, more information overload, which creates analysis paralysis. Why most traders lose? They don't stick to a routine. They don't actually hunt setups. They look for trades, and then they engage in random, impulsive, emotional, potentially self-sabotaging and degenerate gambling type of behavior. And they associate getting rewarded for that behavior with a winning trade as they are doing a good job, when in reality they're just being rewarded for bad behavior. Yesterday's high and low of the day, 2 blue lines. Every single trader has all the information available to them every single day. So some of your homework is to go back and understand exactly how these setups present the behavior of price. Traders on the higher time frames are getting trapped on breakouts. Remember, markets only do 3 things. We're talking about daily charts. They break out, they continue to trend, they break out, they reverse back inside. Reversal setups. Signal days and reversal setup. Nothing complicated. Traders who were in early had the opportunity for an early entry. Traders who were looking for that entry once the market came back to the high of day level had the simple entry. Page 29 in the playbook, a very simple basic model for a nail and bail trade setup. The US dollar index, again, not on my list. This market has broken out in a trend trade setup, which is not what I was looking for. So I'm looking for the reversal. Now, if traders were so inclined to trade, the US dollar index broke out and continued to trend. Traders who were looking for the trend trade setup on day one, the opening range on the front side of the week, that opportunity presented. I'm looking for the reversal setup. That instrument would be off my list. New Zealand dollar, again, an instrument that broke boundaries and reversed level to level. And traders who have asked, again, 2 blue lines, we're looking at levels that are established in other sessions as potential areas where trades can fail. Now, for traders who follow this instrument on their watch list, again, keeping instruments on their watch list, understanding that we are now at the beginning of a new week, new timing cycle. We have an instrument that closed in breakout near the weekly extreme. Day 1, day 2, reversal opportunity. And just keeping things very, very simple, we have the pump, close and breakout daily signal, the coil, and the dump setup on the New Zealand dollar. Not an inside day opportunity for New York session traders, but for traders who build their watch list, an instrument closing in breakout for the day 2 Europe session reversal setup, the parabolic collapse on the New Zealand dollar. Again, understanding the daily process and the fact that the only variable is the trader. There are opportunities everywhere if traders understand the setups that they are hunting. And the Aussie dollar, an instrument that broke boundaries on the inside day. And then, of course, we have our close and breakout, similar to our New Zealand dollar, and a market that breaks out again, a high of day level. There are only two setups on the day, trap and shift or pump, coil, and dump. And there's our A top reversal setup at our Europe London session open. Which brings us to our British pound. We had a gap on the open, a market that gapped down on the open and triggered the low of day level right off the bat. And that brings an instrument up on our watch list. Number one, it's already there because of the inside day, but now we have signals on the day. What are signals on the day? Those are daily levels. And why is that? Because we're targeting a daily range. Not only do we have a signal day, but we have signals on the day. We draw our boundaries. We break them again prior to the beginning of our New York session. Now, this is a 1 hour chart, and I've spoken about this in the master class. Even on the higher time frames, we have our simple entry criteria, a pin hammer. That's our maximum risk area for an entry, a stop loss, and a break-even area if traders were so inclined, or they can walk away, set and forget, and a take profit area. Keeping things very simple. Now, understanding we have higher time frame traders triggered on breakouts, shorter time frame traders triggered on breakouts, or following the perceived trend in the downward direction, who is trapped, and the explosive parabolic reversal. Remember, targeting explosive opportunities that are going to move quickly. We have traders trapped on the wrong side of the trade. Building your playbook, then having a detailed understanding of those setups, whether or not that setup presents in your timing window, and then having the mastery over the live time execution and management of your emotional state, your behavior, your ability to manage that trade in live time. Signal days, I'm targeting daily ranges, keeping everything simple, looking for 2 to 3 scalable opportunities a week. If we get more, we get more. But in between, sitting on my hands and not looking for trades. Hey, what's moving today? Hey, let's see if we can get a trade. That's not playbook. That's not rinse and repeat. But this is my approach. And remember, I'm targeting the daily time frame opportunities, keeping everything simple. If it's not simple, you can't reproduce your results consistently, and you'll be going to the screen each and every day looking for trades. Playbook setups. Study work, not guesswork. A very, very, very important point to ponder. Study work. Intent study work, not guesswork. Stick to the winning money-making process. Stick to your playbook winning trade setups and hunting them. The signals, the setups, the timings, levels, behavior of price, behavior of the trader. Have a great day, traders, and may the markets go with you.